Progressing as a Quincy without a guide is really painful and time-consuming. Letzt Stil is a PvP progression game where you are forced to fight someone to level up. I know you may have been confused whether you're progressing properly or not. Well, today, let's make your king be proud because I will be guiding you on what are the things that you need to do in the best way, simple, and the fastest for you to speedrun the progression. Well, if you don't have friends to assist you, feel free to join my Discord server or Roblox group. And we are so close to 400,000, so please subscribe. Without further ado, let's get started. Quincy progression is very similar to the Halo progression. The requirements are pretty easy, but let's start off first by pressing N and unlock first the Soul Style and Flash Step. This will help you a lot during fights since Soul Style helps you to speed up your Ryatsu regen, while the Flash Step makes you faster to do missions. Once you are done, it's time for you to speedrun. From grade 5 to semi-grade 1, all you have to do is the mission XP. Look around in Wandenrach until you see the red highlighted mark. The location of mission boards are easy to find since they are very straightforward than the Soul Society. Create a party first by clicking this button, then start grinding missions. But wait, there are several things that you need to know when fighting as Quincy. Quincy has a lot of similarities in Arrancar, but this one has much more flexible and slightly better. First one, as you can see on the top of your health bar, you can see the blood pain. This gives you a 50% damage reduction and it regenerates when you are not damaged for 10 seconds. Second one, you can switch up your sword into a bow by pressing tab. You can only shoot 5 arrows and the damage are the same as M1. Third one, optimizing your ping can be a huge help for you to clear your missions much faster. But how do you optimize it? Well, first, you just need to switch up to the nearest server. And I'm gonna share to you my secret tool that I have been using for a month. You can furtherly decrease your ping with gear up. As you can see, I usually get around 100 to 200 ping without this tool. But in just one click, this tool can literally make my ping lower than 100. I have also noticed that there are a lot of YouTubers that uses gear up like Humboldt, Jimpy, and Silent. So it's definitely safe and legal. I recommend you guys to try it before your progression since they have a free trial. The link is in the description by the way. And lastly, when you're doing missions, is always use your crits by pressing R and do the moonwalk method. This will help you a lot for sure from killing the Halo or Shinigami much faster. But wait, when you have reached grade 2, you can literally start off your Schrift progression. To begin your quest, walk across this bridge and talk to this statue. This will give you a set of tasks. To become Schrift, you have to kill 2 Menos, 1 Ajucha, grip 3 Shinigami players, and 3 Arrancar players, and kill 5 Fishbone. To find Menos, Ajucha, Arrancar, and Fishbone much faster, try to ask some Arrancar players to teleport you to Wakamondo. Then to find a Shinigami much faster, try to ask a Soul Reaper to teleport you to Soul Society. When you have completed all of these tasks, go back to the statue, click on it, and finally, you have obtained the first fragment of your Quincy, Schrift. After obtaining the Schrift, you are now one step closer to be part with the king himself. In this chapter, getting an elite grade is required to unlock your wing. From semi-grade 1 to elite grade, you need to obtain both mission XP and PvP XP. For PvP XP, you need to grip the opposite faction like Arrancar or Soul Reaper. While you are ranking up towards your elite grade, I recommend you to start collecting 10 Hogyukyu fragments. This Hogyukyu fragment can be easily obtained through the boss raid or clan war. Once you have reached elite grade, consume 10 Hogyukyu fragments and you will finally unlock your wing called Letzt Stil. Letzt Stil is like a wizard but a wing form. Activating this gives you a health back and makes you unlock this special ability called Highlight File. Highlight File is like an ultimate ability that shoots up a massive explosion towards your aim, and this one literally guard breaks. To furtherly master your Letzt Stil, you need a 1 true Hogyukyu fragment. This will give you one of the 3 variants of the true Letzt Stil. Boost variants gives you a ray regen, damage, speed, and defense buff. And for the blood variant, your blood bane becomes 80 and gives 20% damage reduction then 15%. And your artery has 5% damage buff then 3%. And lastly for the siphon variant, all damage you do restores some Ryatsu. When Letzt is activated, stealing Ryatsu and regenerating Ryatsu builds up a charge. When it maxes out, you will burst with the Ryatsu. Your charge is represented by the highlight of your body that goes from gray to white. After unlocking your Letzt, why not go for the enhancement? Yes, you hear it right. Consuming Cybernetic box gives you another ability in your arm which helps a lot in a combat. And hear me out, this ability doesn't cost Ryatsu at all. And these are the 5 types of Cybernetics abilities. The flamethrower one burns up your enemy while ragdolling them. Minigun shoots up then stuns when it hit. Claw is a barrage of slashes where if you don't block, you will get locked in one spot. Bionic is a quick grab move that launches your enemy away. And then for the grapple one, it allows you to hit someone but using it once more will fling you up alongside with your enemy. Remember, if you're not satisfied with your current ability, you can just reroll it with another box. Now that you have your Schrift, True Letzt Stil, and Cybernetic ability, we are now proceeding to the most exciting part of the progression. In this final stage, getting a Voltstanding is one of the most powerful mod in Type Soul right now, since this mod can potentially surpass Bankai and Full Resurrection. To obtain this mod, you need to have an audience with the king himself, and in order for you to do that, you must do all of the 3 stages of Voltstanding. Stage 1. Get to Elite Raid and win 13 raids. And for you to get 13 raids, I do recommend you doing it in the Wandenraj, and the game mode of the raid must be Conquest. Why? Because Gladiator and the Art of the Soul are really hard and takes a lot of time. You need a decent PvP skills if you're gonna do the Gladiator, plus you have to wait or beat everyone up just to finish up the raid. And on the Art of the Soul, it's 50-50, plus it takes a lot of time also than doing the Conquest one. So in the end, Conquest is the best one to raid because it's easy and pass. Once you have done, use your key and go to Karakura town and head to this warehouse and talk to this NPC. If it says unequal unrivaled, you are good to go for the stage 2. You must kill 80 Hollows, 1 Bawa, and 15 elite grade creeps of the opposite faction without dying. I do recommend you have your friend to help or use alt account and do this on the less player server. If you want to do this in the most convenient way, just follow this order. First, do the Bawa one, do your 80 Hollows in Wandenraj, then get a help from a friend or alt for your 15 opposite creeps. Remember, if you die in this stage, your progress will reset. Once you have done the stage 2, you are about to meet the king on the last stage. But wait, let's have some preparation first before you proceed. The first thing you need to do is to reroll your weapon into Cutlass, since this one will help you a lot to parry much more effectively on the last stage. After that, switch up to the last player server with lowest thing you can get. Once you have done that, climb up to the castle and talk to this NPC. Here, he will teleport you to your final trial, and you must prove your worthiness to the king. You must parry all of the pillars of light that will strike upon you for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And remember that you can only have 4 to 6 mistakes in this trial. But don't worry, just in case you fail, you can do it again by waiting 30 minutes or grip to opposite faction. But hey, listen carefully. I have a forbidden technique for you to pass this. By doing the tab glitch, you can bypass all of the pillars of the light coming towards you by holding this X button of your Roblox. When the king appears on your screen, that means you pass. Once you have passed, you are now at the presence of your majesty. Just interact with him, bow down, and cherish the prize of the king. Now that you have maximized your QUINCY progression, why not you try the other races as well? I have provided a best guide for you to master these 2 races. And hey, why not liking and subscribing as well? You should click it before the timer runs out. Oh no, there's only 5 seconds left. Keep cooking, shout.